So who are you and where am I at?
My name's Heather Childers. I'm a NAFA receiving depot for Kentucky, Tennessee, and we pick up some in Mississippi, Alabama, West Virginia, and you're in Cub Run, Kentucky.
Say that again?
Cub Run, Kentucky.
How would someone, especially in the South, how would someone get a hold of you if they were trying to use your service?
The easiest way is to go to NAFA.ca. You can go to the wild fur part of NAFA, and it shows all the receiving depots, and you can find whichever depot is closest to you. They're scattered all over the U.S. and Canada. We also run receiving routes where we drive to different areas on different designated weekends, and you can bring your fur to us on those routes.
How come you hadn't sent me those so I can put them on Wolfer Nation for you?
Couldn't tell you. By the time I get them sent out, I don't know where they all go.
Well, send them to me and I can get them in front of a whole lot of people. Okay. Now, you were just saying, I'm up here to bring a bunch of cats from Texas, which I was panicking before I left with the fur market so I could make sure that I get them this year. Now, you were saying because a lot of people, when they see these bags, trappers are kind of cynical by nature, and they're like, well, they're taking my good fur and putting it with theirs and putting junk fur. What did you just tell me about how you handle the fur?
The way the fur is handled is every individual person has an order. That order is bagged separately. There's a bag tag on the outside and on the inside of that bag. When we receive that bag, we open one bag at a time, designated to that person. We don't open another order until yours is completed. Every single bag is finished before another bag is opened. We never start more than one person's at the same time. That way there's no chance of getting any cross up on people's fur, no chance of getting any confusion, and it makes sure that we have the exact numbers on your account.
So when you're taking my cats, what I understand you're saying is you're not mixing that with, there's not any other cats on those tables like I saw you doing Beaver a minute ago.
Yes, every single cat that belongs to you is taken out at one time, and we do your individual cats. Once we do those, we apply a barcode. That barcode is assigned to your account only. Once that's finished, then they're bagged, and they will be mixed with other cats after the fact. But the barcode that's assigned to you ensures that it only goes to your account. That's done also for to be anonymous whenever they're grading the fur. They don't know when they receive your cat if it's a Kentucky cat, if it's a Texas cat, if it's a Canadian cat. They have no idea anything about it. Other than that barcode is on there and they read it and know who it goes to once it's sold.
You don't think they look at the tags?
They can't. There's no way for a buyer to have access to it.
Oh, you're talking about the buyer. I'm talking about the grader.
I'm sorry, the grader. There's no way for the grader to have access to it.
So they take the tags off of them?
Well, no, they just don't even look.
Okay.
They don't have time. I mean, you've got to realize how much fur is going through this auction. I have a sheet. I'll show you. And when you realize how much fur is going through, they could care less where these are from. They just want to get them graded to get the best possible amount of money for them. It's graded on so many different levels: color, quality, density of the fur, size. It's not just based on, okay, this is a big coon, this is a small coon. They're graded out individually by a person who's been trained, actually went through a school to learn how to grade fur. It's not just an everyday person gets hired off the street and comes in. They are assigned to grade nothing but you grade bobcats. They kind of designate themselves into a specialty.
We're going to kind of, as you're going through my cats maybe or whatever's getting ready to happen, talk about some of this other stuff. But you were just saying, you've been telling me I need to go up to the auction.
Yes.
And I do. I think that every trapper should know where the end product's ending up.
It is a wonderful experience to go to because then you get a full-on perspective and a full idea of exactly what happens with your fur. You realize that it's not like your local auction where they're taking each individual piece of fur out and holding it out for somebody to look at. There's a sample lot of that designated lot. They might send 5 cats out of 100 in a lot. They grade, the buyers actually grade what they're going to pay for that entire lot of 100 off those 5 sample lots. So it's a very good experience to actually know how your fur works, how long it takes for this to be completed, and how much of a process it is. You can go and talk to any person from the president of the company down to the person who does your fur grading to just the person who helps unload the boxes. And any one of them, it's an open door policy, will talk to you all day long about any questions you have. So it gives you that family atmosphere too, where you realize they're out to make the most money for you. The more money you make, the more money our company makes.
Now, how long have you been doing this, Heather?
We have been involved with NAFA Jimmy has been shipping to NAFA since 1997. We got into we were a satellite depot for Terry Manley about 7 or 8 years ago, and we have been an actual depot for 6 years.
6 years. Now, the next question is, especially in the South, where putting up fur's never been a big thing. We like to catch it. We've never liked to put it up. There's a whole lot of people, as you were saying, that are coming into trapping for the first time. Prices are up. It's just a cool thing to do now. So is it an intimidating process to sell? I mean, it seems easier to go to a local auction, even though...
Actually, this is probably the least intimidating process. All you have to do is show up at one of our pickups with your fur, know your name, your address, your phone number, and how much of each species you have. That's the extent of it.
And then the check comes in the mail.
The check comes 2 weeks after the auction. One of the things people don't realize about NAFA either is each piece of fur that comes in, they place a price on it. If they said that this cat is a $100 cat, for example, and I'm just giving an example, and someone offered them less than they have the estimated value at, they will not sell it. They will pull it off the table, the entire lot. And what they do is they put it in cold storage, and there's often private treaties and off times of the sale, or it'll go to the next auction. But they supply as far as keeping it in cold storage at the perfect optimum temperatures and everything of that nature to ensure you get the maximum amount of money.
Well, see, I think see, I didn't realize that. I just thought you're kind of stuck with whatever someone wants to bid on it up there, but that's not the case.
No, they evaluate every piece of fur that comes through the door, down to a possum. Everything has a value placed on it. Once that value is placed, they don't change it unless there's a drastic drop in the market of something of that nature, but they will not take less than what they evaluate your fur to be.
And the buyers are looking at a book that's already
Yes.
got those valuations in them.
Yes.
And so they know what the bottom dollar is before they even start bidding.
Now, who are you?
I'm Wendell Reeves.
You're my taxi driver today.
That's right, I am. I'm truck driver.
Now, who are you? You hadn't been on here yet.
Oh, Jimmy Childers.
Are you like the main dog around here?
Well, actually, she is, but so I just do what she tells me to do.
That is a well-trained husband right there.
there.
So you were saying, you know, we were talking about the cats from Texas, and we were looking at some of the backs and some of the ones from Kentucky. But you were saying, you know, the way the price is swinging right now.
The price is way up. A few years back, even in Kentucky, most of the trappers were probably averaging somewhere between $40 to $60 on a cat average. Where this year, a lot of the trappers that I've talked to have been averaging up in the 90s. That's how much it's jumped up in the last 2 to 3 years on the cat average.
But some of them are hitting in the 200
Oh
range.
yes, you'll hear of trappers. They'll have a cat that just really stands out. And of course, when those cats get graded, they're just like coon. When the buyer gets it, you know, of course, he doesn't know where it actually come from. He grades that piece of fur based on its own merit. So when he grades that cat, and it's got the size and it's got the fur quality and the spots, it can actually be graded up in a better, you know, a higher price grade than some other cats might stay in Kentucky. It may be graded out more like a Western type cat, and that's what causes to bring $200, $220.
Which is why I think when people get their papers and they see, you know, they're like from Tennessee. I've had cats that grade the same as Iowa. I've had cats that grade as junk.
Yes.
And
Same way with a coon. You'll have a coon that'll be graded out. You'll have some North Centrals. You'll have some heavy coats. You'll have some, you know, some Eastern semi-heavies. You'll have some Western, because when those graders get that, that's why they're all barcoded to be tracked. But it kind of keeps, you know, it's just an honest system. When that grader gets that bunch of cats right there, even though they are all from Texas, you could have them mixed in from 3 different states. He's going to grade that cat based on its own merit, and that's where he's going to put it in as far as the lot goes, based on its size, its color, its clarity, its, you know, whatever damages to it and everything. And that's the way the price is set on.
Now, Heather, are these insured with me leaving them here?
Yes, they are insured through NAFA. Be it any natural causes or theft, as soon as you get a signed receipt from us with my signature on it, they are insured fully through NAFA, through the company. If something occurs to your fur, NAFA will pay you back what the high average is on that species of fur.
Okay, what am I looking at?
Okay, this is the receipt that shows exactly how many cats are on this order. These are the barcodes that are applied with air stapler to each one of your cats. This is the corresponding numbers that go with your order that make sure that this is confirmed, absolutely no questions asked, yours.
Cool.
And here's the fun part.
Now you were saying that we're not putting down any other NAFA pickup, but y'all are one of the few that actually barcode, like when I bring stuff in here.
Yeah, there are several depots that just are receiving depots. They just receive your fur and it goes on to Stoughton, and once it's Stoughton, then they do the barcoding. I know we barcode our ticket, and the Indiana depot, Terry Manley, they both ticket. It's just something
Because
else
for
that we do.
at that time,
for
you know, the
NAFA.
beef were just cheaper, you know, coming out
Well,
of
to
Georgia.
me, it's a confidence
And he
thing.
said he couldn't
I like
justify
it better
running the
because
truck
I
down there
know
to
when
get
it's
it
the
and
photos here
everything
that I
else
know
on.
I've got your exact counts. I know that I've got exactly what's on your ticket, and you've met us. Most of the people who ship through us have a relationship with us and have met us enough years that they know that their fur is going to be taken care of.
Now you're using those tickets you were saying, so like I'm saying in this one lot I've got 10 and over there I've got 163. That when you pull, you're going to pull 163 tickets on the other one, and it'll be very clear if I'm off one number one way or the other.
Right, I pull 163 tickets. I start with the first ticket and run through. When I get to the end, if you have 2 more cats laying on the table, you had 2 more than the count you told me. So I add 2 more tickets on and change your amount on your receipt to show that. If you have if I still have tickets in my hand and we finished, then I also change it on there and show that you were short on it. And those tickets are stapled onto your receipt so that NAFA sees the difference and why there's a change on your account.
Mark the orders off this one. My bad.
Where's that? Because you've already got the thing in the frozen, the size.
So is she shy?
Tracy?
Are you shy, Tracy?
Nope.
Tell everybody hello then.
Howdy.
Explain the shipper council to me.
The Wild Fur Shippers Council is made up of a group of members. They own a percentage of NAFA. What happens when you become a member of the Wild Fur Shippers Council is your fees go from 11% commission down to 9%. And also, at the end of the year, if they make X amount of dollars over what they believe they were going to make, the money is returned back to each individual member. They'll send out a separate check that will show you how much your rebate was for being a member.
Okay, now I'm going to put you on the spot.
All right.
Why is fur up so much?
The big reason is the demand. It's just like anything else. When there's a higher demand, fur goes up. When different nations have started now, such as China, Greece, Italy, all the different countries are retooling and beginning to be able to use the fur in different ways, then the demand goes up. A few years ago it was beaver. China got into beaver and decided you could shear beaver and use them for different garments. As soon as that goes up, the prices go up. It's a supply and demand, just like any other resource.
Are you, or I know you can't talk for the big company there,
No.
but what are you seeing? Do you think this is going to go on for a few years, or?
From what we're seeing, the forecast is yes. I mean, we can't make any promises, and we can't
No
absolutely
guarantees.
guarantee or deny anything other than the fact from what we're being told in the forecast, it appears that the prices will hold.
Well, thank you for letting me bring the camera in here.
No problem.